Shalom, shalom Israel. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to yahawah, bahasham, yahawahshi, bahasham, yahawah. The honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching, teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. This is your brother Shapal from the JMS Jamaica camp. And, with a quick lesson, which is pertaining to God, or Yahawah, bahasham, yahawahshi, is enough. And should be enough for us, no matter what we're going through. I'm speaking of experience, we're going to falter, and the scripture speak about a man that fall 7 times, but get back up, but the Lord is sufficient, because what this entails is that life, the rewards that this earth cannot fathom, the blessings, all of that, is with Yahawah, bahasham, yahawahshi. So it is enough, this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and whatever you're going through, man, look, the Lord now gonna kill you. As we were reasoning with a brother the other night, the Lord now gonna kill you, man. You might be under a lot of pressure, you might, but you're not gonna die. You understand? So the scripture speak about Lord not forgetting our labor of love, So I was reading the scripture in Samuel 1, and what Samuel's father said to Samuel's mother, it had me thinking. So Samuel's father, whose name is who is an Ephraimite, matter of fact, his name is Elkanah, had 2 wives. One was Peninnah and one was Anna. Now Peninnah had children, Anna had none. And one can read the story, for themselves. But Elkanah, loved Anna more. Loved Anna, man. And even though Anna had no child, I couldn't bear any child, because the Lord had shut up Anna's womb. She was very sore. She was even the scripture speak of our adversaries. They troubled her, and provoke her, right? And Samuel father loved her, man. Let's read. Let's start from verse 6, right, to get you a bit of an understanding. So this is 1 Samuel 1 and verse 6. It says, and her adversary, speaking about Anna, also provoked her sore, for the Lord make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And as he did, so years by years went she up to the house of the Lord. So she provoked her, therefore she wept, right, and did not eat, right. So she was angry, she was vexed, she was fretting, because at that time, in those times, it's an honorable thing. It's a joy to bring forth children. Not like now when people, have on every corner you have an abortion clinic. It was back then, women know their value and what they were meant to do, right? And if you couldn't produce a child, then you were looked down on. You understand? So you can imagine the ridicule and the all of that Anna was going through. Now here comes Elkanah, the father of Samuel, right, with some comforting words. Verse 8. Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Anna, why weepest thou, and why eatest not thou? Right? Right? And why is thine heart grieved? Am I not better to thee than 10 sons? Right? So so Elkanah was really, trying to comfort her and asking, look, am I not better than 10 sons? And this remind me, we're basically asking, trying to comfort her, showing that, look, I'm here for you, I'm enough, don't worry. You know what I mean? I will not forsake you, such. And this remind me of the same relationship what Yahawahshi had with us, or yahawahshi have with us. You know what I mean? We worrying about certain things, you know. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah, we're worrying about certain things, man, and not knowing that the Lord is enough for us, man. You know? Just a moment. Right. Yeah. So the Lord is enough for us, man. You know, the Lord is enough for us, you know. As scripture referred to also refer to us as a comely and delicate woman, you know, refer to Jerusalem, you know what I mean, Israel, as a woman, and that love what a woman have for a man, it's been shown here, and you can also put it towards the love that Yahawah, bahasham, yahawahshi have for Israel, man, right? Saying that, look, I am enough, man. I am enough for you. There is no need for look here and there and here and there. You know what I mean? And that goes, you know, in our daily life whenever we're going through what we're going through. You know, just know that, look, the Lord is enough, man. Right? So I have some scriptures here, you know. I have a list of scriptures, but let me read this one also from Micah 7 verse 9. He said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Now, we have sinned against the Lord yahawahshi. That is the reason, first and foremost, that we're in this predicament that we're in. We can't find food. We can't, you know what I mean, no man give a bun. You know, how much adultery, you know, the homosexuality things, the things that, you know what I mean, you know, you might can't find rent, you know, might losing a job, whatever it is that we're going through, man. It's because we have sinned against the Lord yahawahshi, right? And that's our punishment, right? So, the thing is now, this is the thing now, man. The thing is, the Lord is, just a moment. Okay. All right. So the Lord is not gonna kill you. You know what I mean? With all of that said, you know what I mean, there's a way with the Lord does give break, you know, and he ease up a lot of time and then apply the pressure. Then he's, you know what I mean? But he will, you know, as the scripture says, execute judgment and, you know, bring you forward to the light, man. You have to be found worthy. You know what I mean? We are unprofitable servants, as the scripture says, you know. So this was even our doings. You know what I mean? Ultimately, the Lord is bringing us through a test. You understand? Right? So there's a list of scriptures, as I've stated before, right? That is that one can refer to, or, you know, go through, you know, just to give comfort, right? There's this one entitled God is our home. It's Psalms 46 and verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, right? A very pleasant help, right, in trouble. And it gives you the meaning. It's a refuge mean abode. Home is where we find shelter and our rest, right? And it you know, it continues to give you reasons. Explains, you know. So Matthew 6 and 26, it says, behold, the fowls of the air, right? For they sow not, neither do they reap, nor do they gather into barns, yet the heavenly Father feedeth them, right? Are not ye much better than they? And that's on point and correct, man. We're much better than they, man. You know what I mean? We have dominion over the animals. Then why should we not think that the Lord why should we think that the Lord will put us under pressure? You know what I mean? To the point where we feel like, you know, we can't get out. We have to go, you know, do certain things which is against yahawahshi will. Right? Luke 1 and verse 35, and I love this one. It says, for with God nothing shall be impossible. With yahawahshi, nothing is impossible. Right? And it also gives the explanation, you know. Speaking about Jesus' madness, but anyway. Right, so this is another one, verse 4. It said, John 10 and verse 11 said, I am the good shepherd. Right, the good shepherd gives his life for the sheep, man. You can't ask for nothing more. 1 Peter 5 and 7. Cast all your cares upon him, for he what? Care it for you. So all these things where you burden yourself with, just cast it upon him, man. He is the one that will deal with that. Just do the work. And leave everything else to him. Ephesians 3 and 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according, right, to the power that worketh in us. Right? Joshua 1 and verse 9. It says, have not I condemned thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. Right? For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Right? So you couldn't be in the bottomless pit, locked down under the cell, man. The Lord is there with you. Zephaniah 3 and 17. The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee, right? Is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love, right? He will joy over thee with singing, right? Philippians 4 and 19. But my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory of a Mashiach. So that's where our riches lie. And it goes on. This is a good one. It says, my grace is sufficient for you. A matter of fact, let me get this in the Bible. I think I have it somewhere here. Right. This is 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 9. It said, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Right? So whenever we're down, that's how the Lord shows his strength, man. Whenever we're down and out and we feel like, there's too much pressure, we can't bear this and we can't do that. Look, the Lord now give you more than what you can bear, man. Right? Now, with that said, the scripture just said a while ago, man, the Lord's strength is made perfect through weakness. You have to be down and out for the Lord can lift you up. Right? Just like what he did in Egypt. The Lord's strength was shown. Right? And it showed to a lot of the prophets. We are weak men. But once the Lord take you, the scripture said the Lord used the simple thing to confound the wise, and the poor of this world, just to roughly paraphrase it, or the foolishness of this world, man, to confound the wise. Saying? So the Lord will take something of a low stature, or low, really, really low, man, and have it exalted to the level where it's unspeakable. And that shows the strength, because nobody would ever think that such thing could rise above. That shows strength. That's how the Lord works. So most gladly, therefore, I will rather to glory in mine infirmities, and that's very key. Glory in your infirmities, man, that the power of a Mashiach may rest it upon me. So when you're in the low, glory. You're facing chastisement. You're facing harshness for the Lord yahawahshi sake. If you were not, then you would be out there doing the things that are not pleasing to yahawahshi. So the fact that you're in the predicament that you're in, and you're facing a lot of harsh, harshness, and in a rough state, that means that you're suffering because of yahawahshi sake, man. And the Spirit of the Lord rested on you. Right? So therefore, I take pleasure in mine infirmities. But Paul take pleasure in infirmities and in reproach and necessities, in persecution, in distress for a Mashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong. Right? And that goes into the everyday war between the flesh. Scripture said, oh, the outward man perish, which is the flesh. The inward man is renewed day by day. Because that forces you to fast, to pray, to depend more on yahawahshi. Right? So the Lord is indeed sufficient. The Lord is enough, for us. Right. And then you have Psalms 34 and 10. But they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Right? It goes on and say, oh, often we seek pleasure of this world and trust in our abilities. Even the lion suffer hunger. Father, help us to seek more intimately and known. It's like I know that we will lack no good thing. Right? Right? And it goes on, it goes, but just to the interest of time, ones can, read these things for themselves. It's on Google. You can just type in scripture that proves that the Lord is enough. And ones can, read through. So with that one, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, yahawahshi, bahasham, the bonus to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and the byways, preaching, teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.